Hello everyone, welcome to the last splash of this Saturday, splash number 9. Going to be a pretty short splash. We'll get through this really quickly. First up on the dock will be Henley and Mary Beth with guest holder Madison. Henley has a great personal best all the way out to 13 feet 3 inches with a recent average of 12 feet 3 inches. On deck we have Kai, followed by Oi, Tanner, Grimm, Timber, Fenn, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and Banks. That is our splash. Going right into jump number 1 here for Henley, Mary Beth, and Madison. Jump number 1 for Miss Henley, 2 inches below that, 11 feet 3 inches. Sorry, did I say 2 inches? Did I say 2 inches? Sorry, 2 feet below, 11 feet 3 inches for jump number 1. Apparently I need to go back to school. Jump number 2 coming up here for Henley and Mary Beth. And 1 foot below jump number 1 at 10 feet 3 inches. 10 feet 3 inches. Good girl, Henley. On deck we have Kai, followed by Oi, Tanner, Grimm, Timber, Fenn, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out our splash with Banks. Now up on the dock, Mr. Kai and our tech guru, Julie Hatch, with guest holder Caitlin. Kai has a personal best all the way out to 18 feet 7 inches with a recent average of 16 feet 9 inches. Going right into jump number 1 with Kai, Caitlin, and Julie. Jump number 1 for Kai, 14 feet 3 inches. 14 feet 3 inches. On deck we have Oi, followed by Tanner, Grimm, Timber, Fenn, Jax, and Doobie. Jump number 2 coming up right here for Kai, Julie, and Caitlin. And just a little bit shorter than jump number 1, coming in at 14 feet 0 inches. First one was 14 feet 3 inches. Getting tired, buddy. On deck we have Oi, followed by Tanner, Grimm, Timber, Fenn, Jax, and Doobie. On the dock, we have Oi and Jenny. Oi has a great personal best of 12 feet 6 inches, which he set here today, I believe, or yesterday, and a recent average of 9 feet 4 inches. This guy's just barely figuring out this game, and he's having so much fun. Starting out with our practice jump first. Good job, buddy. Always has a really fun little hop off the end. On deck is Tanner, Grim, Timber, Fen, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out with Banks. Jump number 1 coming up here for Oi. Right, so now it's jump number 1 for Oi, 10 feet 9 inches. 10 feet 9 inches. Good job, buddy. Jump number 2 coming up right here for Oi and Jenny. 10 feet 9 inches is the mark to beat. Jump number 2, we're going to add on 1 foot, 11 feet 9 inches. Good job, Oi, 11 feet 9 inches. Jump number 1 coming up here for Tanner and Caitlin. Tanner has a personal best of 8 feet 9 inches with a recent average of 6 feet 11 inches. Come on, buddy. You got it. On deck is Grim, followed by Timber, Fen, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out with Banks. And that is a no jump for jump 1. This will be our first attempt at jump number 2 for Tanner. This is a toy reset on jump number 2. We have one more attempt for jump number 2. Is time out for Tanner. On deck we have Grimm, followed by Timber, Fenn, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and Banks. On the dock is Mr. Grimm and Amanda. Grimm has a great personal best of 7 feet 3 inches with a recent average of 7 feet 3 inches as well. Last event was his very, very first jump. With Nad taking our practice jump with Grimm.
Good boy, old man.
On deck we have Timber, followed by Fenn, Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out the splash with Banks. Jump number 1 for Grimm, 6 feet 0 inches. Good job, buddy. 6 feet 0 inches. Second jump coming in at 7 feet 0 inches. Just 3 inches under that personal best. Really, really good job, Grim. 7 feet 0 inches. On the dock is Timmy Tuna and Caitlin. Timber has a really good personal best. Went out in the master division of 21 feet 1 inch with a recent average of 17 feet 7 inches. On deck we have Fen, followed by Jax, Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out our splash with Banks. Jump number 1 coming up right here for Caitlin and Timber. Number 1 coming up here for Timmy and Caitlin. Jump number 1 for Timber, 16 feet 9 inches. 16 feet 9 inches. Number 2 here for Timber and Caitlin. Jump number 2 for Timber, going to be a little bit shorter, 16 feet 3 inches. 16 feet 3 inches. Good girl, Timber. Now on the dock, we have Fen, aka Michael Phelps, and Sadie. Fen has a great personal best of 9 feet 11 inches with a recent average of 8 feet 3 inches. On deck, we have Jax, followed by Doobie, Cleo, Ren, Curie, finishing out our day with Banks.
Do you even hear it?
Fen is going to start out with a practice jump. Jump number 1 coming up right here for Fen and Sadie. Jump number 1 for Fen, 7 feet 0 inches. Good boy, buddy. 7 feet 0 inches. Jump number 2 here for Fen and Sadie. 7 feet 0 inches is the mark to be. And identical score, 7 feet 0 inches. Good boy, Fen. 7 feet 0 inches. Now on the dock is Mini American Shepherd Jax and Jensen with guest holder Caitlin. Jax has a personal best of 20 feet 2 inches with a recent average of 17 feet 5 inches. On deck we have Doobie, followed by Cleo, Ren, Kiri, and finishing out with Banks. Starting out with a practice jump here for Jax. Number 1 here for Jax. Jump number 1 for Jax, 17 feet 0 inches. 17 feet 0 inches. Number 2 coming up right here for Jax and Jensen. Over a foot further than the first jump, 18 feet 3 inches. Good boy, Jax. 18 feet 3 inches. On deck, we have Doobie, followed by Cleo, Ren, Curie, and finishing out with Banks. Good boy, Jackson. Now on the dock is Doobie and Phillip with guest thrower Madison. Doobie has a great personal best of 24 feet 6 inches and a recent average of 20 feet 7 inches. First jump for Doobie. Jump number 1 for Doobie, 15 feet 9 inches. Good boy, buddy, 15 feet 9 inches. Number 2 coming up here for Doobie, Phillip, and Madison. And a few inches further for jump number 2, coming in at 16 feet 0 inches. Good job, Doobie. 16 feet 0 inches. Good job, buddy. Nice. Next up, that brings us to little Cleo and Victoria. This was Cleo's very, very first event here with us. Who got? Congratulations to Fen and Sadie on your novice advanced title. Really, really good job, Fen.
Don't do the math on how much that cost.
Yeah. Going right into jump number 1 here for Cleo and Victoria. 11 feet 6 inches, personal best. Jump number 1 for Cleo, 9 feet 6 inches. Good job, baby, 9 feet 6 inches. On deck we have Ren, followed by Curie, and finishing out with Banks.
Are you allowed to go?
Number 2 coming up here for Miss Cleo and Victoria. Adding on almost a foot to jump number 1, 10 feet 9 inches. 10 feet 9 inches. Good job. Over a foot that first jump. Good girl. Now up on the dock, that brings us to Ren and Jensen with guest holder Caitlin. Ren has a personal best of 22 feet 1 inch with a recent average of 20 feet 0 inches. After Ren, we have Curie and Banks. Taking our practice jump here with Miss Ren. Number 1 coming up here for Ren and Jensen. Jump number 1, 19 feet 9 inches with a beautiful midair grab. 19 feet 9 inches, just 3 inches off of that personal best, or sorry, that recent average. After Ren, we have Curie and finishing out with Banks. Jump number 2 coming up here for Ren. Jump number 2 going to be a bit shorter, 17 feet 9 inches. 17 feet 9 inches. What did I say? Next up, that brings us to Curie, aka Bob Barker, and Sophia with guest holder Sadie. Curie has a great personal best all the way out in the elite division of 24 feet 5 inches and a recent average of 20 feet 11 inches. Starting out with a practice jump for Miss Curie. Jump number 1 for Curie, 17 feet 3 inches. 17 feet 3 inches. I don't think that's a bad. Going to be a little bit shorter, but still really similar, 17 feet 0 inches. You saved your mom on that one, Curie. First one was 17.3. Good girl, Curie. 17 feet 0 inches for that second jump. Jump number 1 for Banks, 15 feet 9 inches. 15 feet 9 inches. Jump number 2, still bigger somehow, 16 feet 0 inches. 16 feet 0 inches. Good job, Banks. And that rounds out our Saturday here at Dogmo. We will see everyone tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our splash number 10. Thank you.